Hey everyone, my name's Alyssa and welcome back to Curate-id. Okay, first of all, let me tell you about the morning that I had. So I got up and I thought about, maybe I should film a video today. Maybe I should film like a get ready with me and do my makeup and chit chat about life and how it's going. And then I was like, nah, I'm not. I kind of just want to sit, watch Patrickstarrr for a few hours while I get ready. And then I'll just go to work. So I didn't film a video. The lighting it was cloudy out and it was perfect for filming a video, and I didn't. And then I went to go to work. The entire train system into New York is shut down right now. I just turned around and went home. So I'm working from home at the moment, and the lighting is still perfect because it's cloudy and I'm on my lunch break. There's been a lot going on in my personal life, and some of it I'm not quite ready to talk about it yet. I want to talk to you all today about things that I've learned to love about myself that at one point I didn't. So the first thing is this duality that I have of being very easily pleased with a lot of small, simple things, but also having a really strong and really rigorous and really aggressive work ethic. And this is something that I've always struggled to balance. In my personal life, I find a lot of joy in simple things. When I think about my work self, I know that I've definitely lost friends and acquaintances, in college especially, for a really aggressive leadership style that was a result of the circumstances that I thought I was dealing with at the time. But I want to talk to you guys about why I love this duality in myself now. Even though this is still something that I struggle to balance, I'm deliberately working to tear down a wall between my work self and my personal self. Sinek said, if you're different at work than you are at home, in one of those two places you're lying. I really want to work toward living, authentically, no matter where I am. I don't want my personality to be circumstantial or situational. So I want to, take the simple joys and delight that I find in my home life and bring it to work with me and find that happiness and fulfillment at work. And conversely, I want to be able to take that really strong work ethic and rigor that I have and carry it into my home life as well. The second thing is my depth of emotion and my expressiveness. I was always really embarrassed that I felt everything so deeply, especially pain, especially sadness. And I thought that wearing my heart on my sleeve was a sign to myself and a sign to the world that I was too emotional or too sensitive. So why I love this depth of emotion and expression now, I sincerely believe that emotion is the one thing that brings color and brings vibrance to the human experience. And when you close yourself off from how you're feeling, in my opinion, I think that you're closing yourself off to what is the essence of the human experience. So I've been really conscious about allowing myself to feel whatever I'm feeling, whether it's good or bad. Meditation for me has been really important in that. I've been using the Headspace app. My relationship with my thoughts and my feelings has definitely changed for the better. If you're interested in checking out Headspace, it is a paid subscription app with a 10-day free trial, but for me it's well worth it. I've already hit 1,250 minutes on the app in the last, 3 months or so. The third thing that I love about myself, that I've learned to love about myself, is my willingness to be vulnerable. I've always been emotional, I've always been expressive, but for a really long time, I thought that those things were a burden on people or that I was putting myself out there too much, and I became ashamed of them. I hid how I was feeling, to protect other people. I've had a complete 180 turn on this. My willingness to be vulnerable is, in my opinion, it's my strongest professional and personal asset. It's the best display of my character and who I am as a human being. And for me, it's also the quality in myself that I'm the most proud of. I've been very consciously making vulnerability a choice over the last year especially. I came across a TED Talk from Brené about the power of vulnerability. It's a wonderful talk. I'll leave a link to it down below because I really do think everyone should watch it. But she spoke about vulnerability as courage to be imperfect, and the fact that vulnerability and authenticity are absolutely essential to human connection. So this is something that I myself have seen firsthand and that I can attest to. At the end of December, I went to a talk. It was a roundtable discussion discussing how do we identify good people. While I was there, I was the youngest one there by like 20 years. I was there with 3 40-year-olds, 4 60-year-olds, and a guy who's definitely in his 70s or 80s. I spoke very openly about the experiences that I was, having at the time with the fallout of my relationship. One of the women there, hi, hi Rolanda, she actually came up to me and she said, I've been going through the same thing. We spoke about it and we actually ended up staying for an extra 2 hours at the venue, just like talking. She had a couple glasses of wine and I was like listening to her and her advice. And had I not put myself out there while I was sitting at that table with all of these people, I would never have had that experience or the advice from her that I would have gotten otherwise. There are so many people who go through similar experiences as we move through life, and I think it's such a missed opportunity that we don't share these things out of shame, out of fear of rejection. I feel like you get out of life what you're willing to put into it. If you're willing to put in your own story, if you're willing to put in your own vulnerability, you're going to get so much more out of that than you would if you weren't honest, if you weren't open, and if you weren't authentic. My willingness to be vulnerable really is the one thing that I say that I was terrified of, that I've, really learned to love and to be proud of. I think that this mindset is so invaluable, and I'm really excited to see where these things take me and to see whatever authenticity means to me and whatever I mean to myself. So that's everything that I've learned to love about myself. I should go eat lunch and then I should get back to work. But, if I'm going to put links to Brené Brown's talk and anything else I might think relevant, and if you have any stories about things that you've learned to love about yourself, I would love to hear them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye!